All right, lick number 10. This is called Milk Hunt. And the crux of this lick is when I was a kid, grew up listening to a ton of James Brown records, and I would learn all the bass lines, play them day and night, really, really dug them. And after learning all the bass lines, I started noticing how cool the rhythm guitar lines were too. So I learned all those on 6-string guitar, and I was thinking, wow, this would really sound nice translating that over to bass. So we've always already talked about through some of these lessons about the double thumb technique, using your thumb as a pick. So that's kind of what we're going to do in this lesson. We're going to kind of imitate that rhythm guitar feel made famous by amazing players like Catfish Collins, and bring that into the fold, but right here on the bass too. So kind of check this one out. I think you're really going to dig this one a lot. Okay, with this lick, I'm kind of approaching the bass almost like a rhythm guitar player. When I was a kid growing up, was James Brown, huge influence on me. And once I got done learning all the bass lines and playing them over and over and over and over again, then I was like, you know, all the rhythm guitar parts are really cool too. So because all of James Brown's rhythms would all kind of work together, the guitar, the drums, the horn section, and they would create, and even James' vocals too, would create one big rhythm. You can almost interchange the rhythms and they would all work for the other instruments. Once I learned the bass lines, as I said, I started learning all the rhythm guitar parts on guitar. And then I started thinking, you know, that would sound pretty cool on bass too. And we talked about earlier how I already kind of had this kind of picking technique thing, like where I was using my thumb as a pick. So I started kind of mimicking almost those kind of rhythms by, you know, great rhythm guitar players such as Catfish Collins and, you know, some of the great rhythm guitar players of the JBs. And so this rhythm, I'm kind of doing two things. Number one is I'm doing that up and down thumb technique where I'm coming up and down on the string, same way you would if you're playing with a pick on a rhythm guitar, up and down the whole time, but it's with my thumb. And then on my left hand, I'm kind of incorporating some of the other stuff we talked about earlier, where it's kind of the hard mute stuff on the left hand, where you're not always fully pressing down on the string. You're kind of almost doing like a bounce off the string, or stabbing at it, I guess, like you would be stabbing at a keyboard. So if you're doing it on one note, again, this is always moving the whole time. That's a trick. Thumb never stops. It's always getting that 16th note rhythm. And then the note is just brought out by when I decide to now I'm in the key of C here. I'm starting, you know, I'm starting on the minor 7th of the C, but I'm starting on the C up here on the 10th fret of the D string. And so anyway, so I came up with this line. And one thing also, I've always liked the sound of a flatted fifth. So, you know, we're in the key of C, the flatted fifth, you have that G flat right there. Almost kind of like on bass, it's not quite as easy to actually, like a guitar, bend into the note. So it sounds, I'm almost kind of actually playing the note full on. So you start the line off with all these techniques I've talked about. Oh, and I'm also plucking this E flat too. And then what I do is I kind of work my way down the scale, the minor scale, all the way back down to the low C on the E string. Again, keeping everything in real nice, tight one position. I know that one of the lines I was talking about going down the neck when I was thumping, but in this particular case, to have more of that rhythm guitar kind of feel and keep everything real locked, I'm kind of going across this way. So and you see I'm kind of sliding that little flatted fifth down here too. All right, so we got the whole lines again, combination of up and down thumb technique and a little kind of bouncing stabbiness on the left hand. Again, like kind of working that neck as much as you can, almost like you would a keyboard. So slow, here's the line. And then back to normal tempo, or the original tempo the song was written at. 3, 4.